Hey everybody, this is Andy's free guitar chart videos. Hello YouTube subscribers and Facebook group friends and general guitar enthusiasts. We're going to be continuing today a little bit. It's Saturday morning and I worked on the charts last night, and got a couple good ideas for you today. And so let's look at what we were covering yesterday was chart 151. I'll undock this. Major, minor, half diminished pattern stacks for arpeggios. And today we're going to be, looking at that a little bit more as necessary. And we're also going to be focusing on the string pair circle. And I have a new circle for you. It's a embellished older circle. It's called the I think it's the cage string pair circle. So we can take a peek at that, so you don't have to wonder what I'm talking about there. So it's right here, the cage string pair circle. Okay, and it's just an easy way. These two diagrams right here are the same diagram, just flip-sided. Like, they're both going in the same direction also. So you can see GE goes to ED, goes to DC, goes to CA, goes to AG. So this goes, clockwise caged, and this goes clockwise caged, CAGED. So I guess we're going to jump right into it, but before we jump right into it, which is the easiest part, is the circle that I made. There's obviously a little background required. I've got a cage link string pair pattern stack here. It's a 10 string pattern stack, which has just essentially two cage shapes in it. And now we can't see this other circle. Okay. So essentially it's a 10 string pattern stack. So it goes 3 to 3, 6 to 6, 2 to 2, 5 to 5, and 7 to 7. So as usual, we could just look at 6 strings at a time, and that'll work. And when we bring these top 2 strings over, magically we're looking at a C shape, but then going into an A shape. Why do we want to do that? Why do we want to look at 2 shapes now? Isn't that a little complicated? It sounds to me like it is. I mean, I've never really liked to use 2 shape diagrams, but I have them. When I was first starting to get into arpeggios, and arpeggios will cover 2. They'll cover 2 cages. I can show you one of those diagrams. Okay, in this diagram, and this is an older diagram. I don't know what number it is. When I first started getting into making the arpeggio fretboards that have 2 of the modes. So the yellow and the light purple are Ionian and Dorian. Okay, and then the green and the gray are the Phrygian and the Lydian. And then the red and the blue are the Aeolian and the Mixolydian. However, in this particular diagram, the top one here is the interesting one. We've got everything on one fretboard, which is interesting. I like that. We've got everything on one fretboard here. So looking at these arpeggios, for instance, the root arpeggio, root root 35, root 35, right there. It's crossing over. It's starting in the E box, and it's crossing over to the G box, and it's even got one note in the A box. So that's going even 3 boxes like that. And same thing with, say, the here's an easy one to look at, the Phrygian third. It starts with a G minor shaped root, because these are all root, and then it goes into a first inversion and a second inversion, okay, and then root again. So the interesting thing about these particular arpeggios here is that they're not cage bound, which means we don't have any on string intervals. And when you have no on string intervals, you have a repeat of the bottom 3 string notes on the top 3 string notes, with the tuning warp here, bringing these 2 closer to this local root again. So we have the local root of Dorian. So we have 2, 4, 6. You see how there's a minor third there, and then it repeats. But now that minor third looks more like a major third because this string's been brought over one. When you go to the right in guitar, it's going up, you know, a semitone, and that's because of the tuning third between the G string and the B string. So to compensate, we put the pattern up one, alright? But you know, when it's warped over, it's brought over to us like that. It's kind of double talk there, but it's closer, so it's brought closer to us there. Anyway, the point is that you've got a repeat of those 2 root arpeggios. So they're crossing over from the E box here into the G box. And in that case, it is contained by 2 of them. The Phrygian starting in the D box crosses over to the E box, contained by 2 boxes. So let's look at that instead of looking for peculiarities, because you know the root one went over the 3rd box there. When you look at the string shapes here, you have a D string shape here, 2, 3, 4, and then you have the E string shape here, 7 root 2. So we can look at these double string shapes as they go up. That's all I'm saying. So here we are back again in the cage link string pair 10 string pattern stack. Now obviously we're not going to sit here and make fretboards, because it's not really drawn to do that, but we can do it. It's just drawn for all cases. If we had to make fretboards from this, we certainly can. And it suffices to say that if you look at any of these notes here, you know, sure, you could start an arpeggio here, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 2, 6 root 3, 6 root 3. That would be Aeolian. 5, 7, 2 is Mixolydian. You can start root 3, 5, root 3, 5. That's Ionian. Dorian would be 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. Phrygian again is 3, 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7. So they're all included nicely in this. Lydian, starting on 4, would be, you can start it here, 4, 6 root, 4, 6 root. What would it leave out? Locrian, 7, 7, 2, 4, 7, 2. Well, okay, Locrian we didn't get